and welcome back to my channel. So we've got some changes. Number one, I have a guest star. This is Max. We've seen him some on this channel. He shakes. He's a very nervous boy. He's got anxiety. So, you know, we shout out to him in the comments. He insisted on being in my lap. So he's probably gonna sit here and he's gonna shake. No lipstick on the teeth. This is a no lipstick on the teeth zone. Number two is I have drastically changed my appearance once again. I get bored and that's what I do. So I have dyed my hair fuchsia. I still have my shaved side, and your girl can't see, so I finally got some prescription glasses. I am wearing a nice little purple eyeshadow look, but you can't really tell because of my glasses. So today, we're actually gonna be ranking green palettes, and you would think I would have worn green instead of all purple for this, but I didn't really plan on doing this video today. I already had this makeup look on and I just felt like filming something, and it was something that was, oh my god, look at him. And it was something that I felt like I could just sit down and do. So we're not wearing green for the green video, but we tried. So I have 6 green palettes and I'm gonna rank them from the bottom to the top. I definitely don't have every green palette out there. Actually, most of the ones I have are from ColourPop, but I just thought this would be fun if you like green and had some of these palettes to hear my thoughts on them, or if you're thinking about buying a green palette and you're considering some of these. And these are actually all affordable green palettes. None of these are a high-end price point. So if you, oh, do you want down? So if you are thinking about purchasing an affordable green eyeshadow palette, I thought this video would be a helpful tool. So that's what we're gonna be doing. Before we get into it, hi, hello, I'm Haley. I like makeup and tomfoolery. That is the tagline of this channel. If you're into that kind of thing, makeup and having a couple of laughs, then this is the place for you. Please, before we get into it, comment, like, and subscribe. And let's do it. Now my dog is sitting. Bottom palette, my bottom palette. So number 6. The Secret Palette from Focallure. We will show you, oh. If I can't stop him from making the noise, I might as well just break it down. This is number 6. It's my Focallure Secret Palette, so let's talk about her. So we'll show you the inside. It does have a nice little mirror, and this is a 9-pan palette, and I'll show you. That's what they look like. Positives. The positives, I like the range of greens in here. We've got a little bit of mint. We've got a couple of deeper shades. This is kind of like a green brown. We've got 4 mattes and 5 shimmers. This is kind of like a close to an olive, like a green gold olive. I don't think I've even used this Galaxy shade or Secret Garden. I maybe have not. I might have just used these light too. I'm professional. So my favorite shade in this palette is Avocado. I really like this shade. This is a nice green. I love the tone of this green. This is probably my favorite kind of green to wear on my eyes. And that's the thing that I reach into this palette the most for, is this particular shade. But the drawbacks, like I like the mattes, but I don't really like the shimmers. Like you can see like on that Mojito shade, it's got hard pan, which is that like kind of coating that you get on shimmers, and they're kind of flaky. Let me swatch one. So that's Starlit. See, it's just not, doesn't really stand out. You can't even really see that. And you have to build it up a lot. They're kind of flaky. They're not as pigmented. So this is my least favorite of the green palettes that I have. I do go into it for that Avocado shade and sometimes the mint shade, but I don't find myself reaching for this as much. So the next 3 palettes are all ColourPop. Most of this video is gonna be ColourPop. We don't have a ton of palettes. We have 6, like I said. And that is gonna be the Mint to Be palette. And some people, this is number 5. Some people might disagree with it being in this video because it's specifically mint, which is a tone of green and not like a universal green palette. But yeah, it's one that I have and I wanted to include it in here. I haven't played with this one as much. The thing, just considering it, if I'm gonna consider it a green palette, a mint palette, on me this pulls a little bit more blue. This is in one of their 9 pans. It's got the nice big mirror. There's my ring light. Hello, she's not on. I'm using the natural light. That's probably why it's closer towards the bottom for me, is because on my skin tone this pulls more blue, and I wish it pulled more like icy mint instead of like a kind of a turquoise on me. If I can find a picture, there was one day where I wore it. If I have a picture of that day, I'll have Kayla put it up. If I don't, no dice. But I mean, this is ColourPop quality. Here, let's swatch. This is a similar shade to that other one. This So you can see that one. You can't even see the first one anymore. That one is much more pigmented. It's icy. It's nice. This is a ColourPop quality if you're familiar with the ColourPop quality, but I just wish this was a little bit more mint on me and not so blue. So that's why it's number 5. If you're wanting a minty palette, maybe it won't pull blue on you. There's not a lot of brands that have specifically mint palettes, so maybe it's still a pretty palette, but girl, that's my thoughts. Those are my thoughts. Grammar. Just like Grammar used to make. Okay. Anyway, number 4. This many, my grubby little fingers. It's gonna be the Aura and Out palette, also from ColourPop. This is from their tie-dye collection where they had like a purple blue, they had this green, and then they had like a pinky orange palette. Let me tell you what I like about this. Again, it's ColourPop quality, so I feel like the quality is good. There's different finishes in here. This one right here, let's swatch Soul Sister right there. I'm swatching a lot of these lighter greens. I think that's a Super Shock, so it's a little bit lighter. We got some different textures, and we also got, oh, look at that. She's coming up. We also got this glitter. This, I will say, some people have a problem with pressed glitter. I'm kind of hit or miss, but that's a gorgeous glitter. That's really pretty. So we got different finishes, like I said, probably 15,000 times. There is a couple of shades that aren't really green. These are kind of peachy. I wish that these were different. Like, these are really pretty similar, but this still is a mostly green palette, so I'm counting it as a green palette. We've got this like row of mint, and my favorite things about this palette are these two like grassy kind of lime greens right here. I really reach into this palette for those, so I really enjoy that. This is number 4 in my ranking because I do like it. I wish there was a little bit, maybe a little bit more depth, like maybe replacing one of these with like a darker green. I know it's supposed to be pastel, but even just one, you know, just one, give me one. We got a matte white in there. I don't know how I really feel about the matte white. I am the color of uncooked chicken, as Teresa Wisdad would say, but I don't really use matte whites that often. I don't know, that's just a thought. But this is kind of middle of the road for me. There's a certain look you can get out of this, and if you want that certain look, then this is good. Like I said, it is ColourPop quality, but it's kind of just middle of the road for me. So we're number 3, so we're getting into the top 3. And this is our last ColourPop palette, Star Wars Mandalorian, the Child palette. So again, all of the ColourPop fixins, except this is a collab palette, so we've got the extra little, hello, it's me. I do that too much. We got the extra little addition of little, I think his name is Grogu now. Do we know that his name is Grogu now? I don't like that. I just like calling him Baby Yoda. But what do I know? I like these tones of greens better than the other tones of greens that I've showed so far. I've described this on my channel because I do have a video with this on my channel as kind of a perfect mid-tone green palette. It's not totally grungy, but it's not pastel and it's not neon. It's kind of just middle of the road greens, which is really nice. I like pastel and neon and grungy, but I really like what this is giving. You have this nice shade to deepen things up in a kind of brown direction, or you have a shade to deepen things up in a green direction. This shade is really beautiful right here. You can kind of do more of a brown neutral situation here, or all of these greens here. So I really like this palette. I think it's fun to play with. It's a good quality. That's the bet on that. My thoughts, when I tell you my thoughts are revolutionary, all the things that I'm saying are revolutionary. By the way, that's not a booger, it's just the end of my nose ring. My lipstick looks like trash right now. I'm the trash man. Okay, now we're gonna get into my top 2. So number 2, Hot Jalapeno Bitch. So yes, we are counting this as a palette. It is only 4 shades, but she has earned her place. I love this. I love the tones of greens in here, like these. Great tones of greens. I love the look that you're getting. Both of these shimmers are beautiful. They're not like the most like boom metallic, but they are beautiful tones and they look great. These shades are easy to blend. You're really only gonna get 1 or 2 looks out of this, but if you're buying a 4-pan little palette, you know that's what you're getting. I just think this is great, and I find myself reaching into it even to pair with other palettes, like as a pop-up green, like on the lower lash line, or to pair in other looks because I like these greens so much. And this is $3. This is $3 at like Target or Walmart, and you can't beat that. I have her and I love her, and she's part of the family. Now for number 1 out of 6. We've been new her on this channel. We've been new her. We have seen her. She has been around. She's Jenny from the block. Probably didn't use that reference right. The reason this is number one is because A, this is $5. B, this is 10 shades. 10 shades for $5. Can't freaking beat that. It's such a good quality. So it's affordable, it's a good quality, and you have all of these gray tones. I've talked about this so many times, but I'm gonna talk about it again. You have these like all of these sagey tones right here. You have teals, you have this kind of duochrome shade right here. You've got some more greeny golds. This shade, I have mentioned this shade Radioactive before. Girl, I'm mentioning it again. It's so creamy. Let's do it on the wrist. It's like this pink to gold kind of duochrome. It's great, it pairs great with those greens. You've got a highlight shade with that gilded shade right there. These are so soft and meticulous. They're good. You can get these at Walmart or on the Profusion website. This is just my favorite green palette. I honestly don't see another green palette beating this. Maybe you're gonna have a similar quality or be just as good, but you're not gonna be $5 and from Walmart. You know what I mean? And around these here parts, we like stuff that is $5 and from Walmart that you can just throw in your cart, not feel guilty about it, and you're like, oh, I'm here to get some milk. I'm gonna give myself a little treat. Here we go. I may do, if I ever get more green palettes, I'm gonna put this out there as like an affordable green palette ranking, just so it's a resource for people maybe that are looking for affordable green palettes. But if I ever get more green palettes or more bougie green palettes, I might put it out there like that again. I might change my mind on some of these palettes. That's what I think. I don't think this video was full of like super hard and fast opinions, but there was just like a couple of like details on each one that made me think of it as like, is this middle, is this top, or is this bottom? So yeah, those are my thoughts on the green palettes that I own. I'm not an expert, I'm just a lady on the internet giving her opinions. So hopefully you liked it. As I said before, please leave me a comment. I love to read them. Subscribe, like, you know, it helps me in the algorithm because I'm a very, very, very small YouTuber. And thank you for watching. So I will see you on the next one, and you know, have you a dandy old day. Bye, Mom.